We'll also try and go across to the car dealerships and the bike dealerships and see if there is a spurt. Because the festive time, first day of Navratri, there is always more consumption. But is it going to be more? We'll try and see that, viewers, and try and get you a check on ground for the same. Meanwhile, let's try and also quickly understand what's new in the new slabs. Where is where? Which categories and which sectors get where? There are two, most importantly now, rather than 4 slabs, there are just 2 slabs, 5, 12 and 18 and 28% is gone. It's just now 5% and 18%. So 2 slabs, it's simplified. Let's look at healthcare and essentials. They get really cheaper. Most importantly, health insurance now gets really cheap because of this entire 18% slab goes away. So those who were deterred, finding the 18% a deterrent, now can go ahead and access health insurance at a much cheaper rate. Now, soaps, toothpaste, breads, so basic staples which are part of our hygiene and also nutrition, these are now going to be critically cheaper. And also from a point of astha, every household would want कि त्योहार में घर में घी के दिए जलाएं. That becomes possible because ghee becomes so much cheaper now. Life-saving drugs, down from 12% to 5%. Two-wheelers, small cars, TV, ACs, cement, all down from 28% to 18%. So clearly a 10% differential. That's a huge discount. इतना तो हम लड़ते हैं कि भाई 10% तो discount दे दो. That discount is now part of the price tag. It's already included in the price tag, and that means you have that 10% extra in your pocket to spend it on something else, maybe an additional accessory, or think about upgrading to a better car or a better model of the same brand. Farming machinery, irrigation gear, all down from 12% to 5%. Yes, the sin and luxury goods see a jump up to 40%, but even there, viewers, luxury cars are going to be at least 5 to 8% cheaper, and in some cases 10% cheaper, because earlier the deal was you had to pay 28% plus another 10% of cess in some cases, 28% plus at least 7 to 8% of cess in some cases. So all of that now gets added, and there is that benefit that is passed on to you because now you're paying 40%. You're in luxury cars, you're paying about 45 to 50% somewhere earlier, including the cess and that 28% duty. But now that number comes down to about 40%. So you'd see at least about 7 to 8%, if not 10% less, even in the price of luxury cars. But when it comes to sin goods, yes, other sin goods like tobacco, alcohol, carbonated drinks, so they will become a little more expensive, and perhaps rightly so, because we should be consuming less of those. That's what the government believes. Ajay Bagga, market expert with us. Sunil Alagh, market strategist and managing director of SKA Advisors with us. Dr. Kiron, MD, Suchirindia Group with us. My namaste, Jai Hind, good morning. Dr. Suchirindia, has it been quite sleepless, reworking the packaging, pricing and all, or has it been all right, smooth? So you're on mute. Can you unmute yourself? Can you unmute yourself, please? I'm not able to hear you. Can you unmute yourself, please?
Yeah.
Yeah, now I can hear you. Go ahead, please.
So, first of all, it's a day to remember day to remember. I mean, it's we are celebrating the festival in advance. I mean, I'm on the board of many organizations like National Real Estate Developers Council, NAREDCO, and also the Chamber of Commerce's. See everywhere that festive mood, and the people started thinking about the new things. And most important thing, what I wanted to tell you over here is the Indian middle class will move from the normal quality to the better quality, and the consumption level will increase. The typical our mindset of the bargain, as you rightly quoting earlier, that 5% 10% kili, even if I go to any the shop, it's I look for about 5 to 10% of the discount or the thing, and especially the middle class. especially, when I look at my clients or anywhere, when I observe, the people, when you go to the shop, they'll come with the fixed with the budget. I mean, it's like 500 rupees or 1,000 rupees if they go. So what they look at it is what I'm going to get it out of it. I mean, what best I can. If they're saving about 100 rupees or 200 rupees, they're going to spend it over there, and more things from the supermarket or shops, and they'll go back. So this is really the boost to the Swadeshi, and
What about
we
those
call
who
it
are
as a
wanting to
bachat utsav.
invest in your projects? How much cheaper are you making it for them?
Yeah.
Because real estate should come down quite a bit.
Yeah. Yes, definitely. I'm in, always, talk on all the platforms. So the middle class should be taken care, and the middle class, we should give the better, the housing and better quality. So definitely it will, the help. I mean, especially the cement. Cement is something like, if you go to a smallest village, there is something or other. Either it is a vastu correction or small changes, or if they have a small money, they wanted to go for the extra bedroom or extra the facility. What you need is the cement. The steel is, but the cement is the most important thing. Cement is almost 15 overall. If you look at the 280 rupees now it has come down to about 36 rupees. The variation is there. So earlier people used to buy from the local market, the local the cheap the cement. When I asked some of the cement the dealers, the local dealers, I mean the
Yeah.
small timers, they said this, the difference between the premium, the cement to the ordinary cement is about 25, 30 rupees. But people, it's only 20% is the premium and 80% is the cheaper version. So that is the consumption. I mean, the cheap material consumption. Now the people will go for the better the cement.
So that aspiration part which every person has, that if I had some more money, I would like to do something better. I would like to make my life better. I would like to have a better brand, a better quality product, and that just becomes affordable. Dr. Kiron, please stay on with us. I'm just going to ask Sunil Alagh, Ajay ji, before I come across to you. Sunil ji, have you seen the impact of the GST Bachat Utsav, or GST or no GST is just a drop in the ocean for you?
No, look, ultimately, either the savings rate will go up or the consumption will go up. One of the two will go up. And either way, the government is going to. When Mr. Modi came on yesterday, he said, look, we have to become Swadeshi. We cannot depend on other countries. So he's done his bit the government has done his bit on GST. Now it's up to us or the industry to do everything that we can do, that we come across accordingly, and we move together and help the nation. Now, 1st of February is the budget. Now he's done GST. Now, if we increase consumption, we are a consumption-based industry, and therefore, if we increase consumption, he'll give us more on 1st Feb. If we don't, then there's a problem. There is a problem because he is in the hope that GST. See, in the season, everybody drops the prices. Now they are not dropping the prices because GST is coming. So now, whether the GST is going to work or not, he's going to spend more on infrastructure. Infrastructure is one of them, cement and everything else that he's made cheaper. He's going to spend more on infrastructure. Now it's for us that's going to increase employment, that's going to generate more income. Therefore, ultimately, it is for us to join hands with the government now and increase consumption, because we are a consumption-based industry.
Correct.
Therefore, we cannot rely on other countries like America or something to do what they have to do. When I was talking to the economic advisor 2 weeks ago, he said, look, if Trump continues his thing, therefore 6 months or 8 months, we have to tighten our belts. There's no question that, because there are industries which have got affected, and like gems and jewelry and everything else that got affected, because he feels that in November, now Mr. Goel has gone across today, and Monday he's got, and therefore if the 25% tariff comes off on the Russian oil because China is there, otherwise we are moving closer to China and Russia. Russia has always been a friend of ours, right from the beginning.
So we'll talk about that in a bit, but I want to ask you, which luxury car is now in your radar? Because
I know, look, I have already paid extra GST, and I'm now on the radar because one car, Camry, is come about 1.5 lakh cheaper. But I have paid GST already. So therefore, all those new buyers that have come in, that luxury cars or whatever you want to spend on anything else. See, those who have in health, for instance, those who've
Right.
taken a 2-year project, now 2 year may come tha, they've forced you and therefore you paid GST. Now the new people who are coming in are
Right.
ones who are going to gain.
Where those who decided to go from one quarter to the other or 1 month to the other stand to benefit than those who actually have
Benefit
done
much more.
annual deals. I was
Much
just
more.
mentioning about gym membership. 1st of Jan or January, everybody has these resolutions and then they go and pack off their full annual membership, etc. Those who have done 1 quarter, dekhte ja rahe ki nahi ja rahe, they perhaps will talk, will perhaps
The new
benefit.
guys will gain.
Yeah, Ajay Bagga ji,
I have gained on milk and the bread,
Haan.
everything which is upper income group. Now, we tend to save. The poorer and the middle income group tends to spend.
Tends to spend.
And therefore, that's what the hope is now.
Right. I think the Prime Minister's message is in this festive season or over the next quarter, the more you spend, eventually before the end of the financial year 2026, the more you will save. That's the indication. That's what, because it's a cycle. But Ajay Bagga ji, usually we talk about the art of living. Today we are talking about the art of saving, the art of spending, but more importantly, the art of investing. So is that also going to get influenced because of this GST budget, and whether or not this consumption cycle sees a spike over and above the festive spike?
No, definitely, Anand. What's going to happen, what Sunil said, Sunil sir said already, the consumption cycle gets a boost. So there is, and it's very well timed to the start of the Navratri today. So festive season, this quarter, we get a lot of the consumer-oriented sales happening within this quarter itself. So that's going to get a big boost. The multiplier on the savings plus the enhanced consumption is about 4 times. That's why the government has come out with this 2.5 lakh crore. And just to put it in perspective, and what Sunil sir already mentioned, the poor segments are spending a large part of their basket on just basic essentials, the food essentials. They get the biggest kicker in terms of percentage, especially the milk products coming down to 0%. All that is going to help the poorer segments the most, because consumption tax, like a GST, is more onerous on the poorer segment. So it's going to help that a lot. Second big move will be, so first is affordability. Second will be premiumization. You will have more money to go around, so people will go up the value chain. Third, what we normally see, the middle and the upper segments tend to save this money, invest more, and that's where the multiplier for the economy starts getting even more interesting, because that money rotates even faster when it gets into the banking system or the investment system. So expect a very good impact from this. And there is what we call Laffer's curve in economics, which you have heard of, that as you cut taxes, there is an optimal rate at which your revenues keep increasing. So last 5 years, GST has gone from 11 lakh collections annually to 22 lakh collections now. That has given government the space to give this cut. The government's foregone revenues will be about 46,000 crores. We are hoping that the impact for the government will be about 2 lakh crores. They will make up this shortfall and more in GST collections, Anand.
Right. Okay.